my followers in the group who you are, where you're from, and what do you do, Kat?
Okay, I'm Kat. I am from Toronto. I am a single mom. I have a 5-year-old daughter, and I am a sales and marketing director for a builder called Marydale Homes. So it's just a little bit
Fantastic.
of me. Yeah.
So basically, the reason why I wanted to bring you on today, Kat, is because you went through my online program, the Fit and Fearless Blueprint, and you got such amazing results. Now, it wasn't necessarily fat loss, it was actually you were in a lean gaining phase. So before we go ahead, I mean, a lot of people seen the before and after pictures. If you don't mind, can you bring us back to the past of that picture on the left where you were, I think you were 115 pounds?
Yes, correct. So I'm 5'6", um, and when I was 115 pounds, I was kind of in a very dark place in terms of just my health completely going downhill. And not because there was anything wrong with me, but because I put my body through so much strain in terms of crash diets and intense exercise. All the exercise I was kind of doing was mainly cardiovascular. So there was really deteriorating muscle there. And all the dieting, what I was doing, which I thought was great because I was losing all this weight and not really gaining anything, was actually eating away of my insides. So I developed gastritis. Probably that was about a year ago, and that landed me in the hospital with a very, very painful abdominal pains. I couldn't keep anything down. They had to put me on IV and give me all kinds of antibiotics and medications. And after that, even after shortly after that, my diet couldn't go back to normal because I ruined my stomach lining pretty much. And that was just basically by having a terrible eating habit and the lack thereof. There was not enough nutrients, there was not enough calories, and it was all very acidic. And I even had like the apple cider vinegar diet at some point in my life where I would drink a teaspoon every morning, which added to the diagnosis. So yeah, I was very frail. I had no energy. I was very pale. I was not really recognizing that I was going downhill with my health, and I couldn't take care of my daughter. So that's kind of was a turning point for me.
That's amazing. You actually remind me of the time when I was competing in men's physique here in Toronto. I done 3 shows. When I was on stage, I did have a six pack. I was really lean. I was 6% body fat. But honestly, it took a toll on my health, my energy levels, my metabolism, my mood. I developed myself bulimia, eating disorders, believe it or
Mhm.
not. So this is why I want to bring you on as well, because when someone diets 24/7, 365 days a year, it can have a lot of negative consequences on our hormonal health, our
Mhm.
metabolism, our thyroid, which regulates how much calories are burned. So and then the picture on the right, I mean, you're happy. Well, to me, you look happy, you're energetic, you have muscle. Um, it's incredible. I love it.
Yeah, me too. I mean, if you a year ago you told me that I could be 138 pounds, almost 140 pounds, I would have probably like lost my mind and started to cry or something. Like it was that bad. So for me to feel the confidence that I feel right now and to have all this energy and even my workout routines have improved tremendously because of all the calories that I've been consuming, the right kind of calories. So I was definitely very excited about that.
Yeah, I mean, I remember our very first phone call. I mean, you told me your goals, etc. Right? Was it scary? Kind of eating more food from someone who came from your experience and you were in hospital. You tried all these different diets. You were trying keto, and what else did you try? I mean, I have a list here. Behind you,
I
the
think I tried
vegetarian,
everything.
paleo, the shakes. Was it scary increase in calories?
At first, a little bit, yes. But I mean, I think for me, because I was so active, I felt like I wasn't really overeating. I felt like I was finally eating enough. The Once I started doing the calorie count, it was scary to see exactly how it added up because I've never done that before. But you kept me pretty accountable for my daily, protein intake, my daily fat intake, and how the carbs break down and everything. So that really put things in perspective for me in terms of what I actually needed to build muscle. And what's what I ultimately wanted. I didn't want to look like I did on that picture anymore.
Yeah.
Like I didn't want to, um, I didn't want that anymore. So for me, it was a big eye opener in terms of how the calorie count worked.
Yeah. Because ask any woman out there, they will say, my goal is to get toned. So what does toned mean? Toned basically means you have to have a low body fat percentage, but you also need some muscle definition.
Mhm.
Okay, now in order to get toned, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, you need to be in a calorie surplus.
Yeah.
You can't expect to grow maybe glutes or deltoids eating 1,200 calories a day.
No, not
So
at
yes,
all.
you need to be in a calorie deficit to drop body fat, of course, but you can't stay there forever. You need periods at recovery and maintenance and lean bulk, which is what you done.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you actually showed me. I said, Kat, show me a picture of who you want to look like.
Yeah.
And there was what's her name? Some woman on Instagram or something.
Yeah, Cynthia. I don't know her last name, but
Yeah.
she's a big I guess, in CrossFit world, but also in weightlifting. And before my 115-pound drop, I was a power lifter for quite a bit of time. So I that's kind of where I wanted to come back to. I mean, the definition was getting there, but I wasn't eating enough calories, and I didn't know that was the factor.
Yeah.
So I mean, the routine and all the weightlifting that requires for you to look like that was absolutely in my muscle memory, but there just wasn't enough nutrition.
Yeah. I mean, protein as well. I
Yeah.
was looking at your diary most days. I mean, it was up like 200 grams or more, which is needed for recovery for muscle growth, which is
Yeah,
incredible.
absolutely. And then you also touched on how much sleep I actually require as well in order not to, experience the fatigue and the irritability and then the low energy. And that helped tremendously when I understood the sleeping cycle and how much rest I needed after, especially after intense workouts, like if you do CrossFit or if you're super into weightlifting, or even if you do like spinning and stuff like that, like your body needs to recover, and sleep was very vital for me.
Yeah, it's biofeedback. I mean, you have to look at things like sleep and stress. We have to get them under control. I mean, it's going to be very hard if someone is under eating. They're going to have cravings. Their mood is going to be off.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not eating enough food, it's going to throw everything off.
Yeah,
You're not going to get results.
exactly. So
So I'm just curious. I mean, who inspired you then to actually get into the best shape of your life or change your physique? Is it Kira, your daughter? Was it Cynthia? Who?
I mean, I feel like I was at a place where the definition of insanity was doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And that was me. I was like stuck in this cycle of looking for something new, like it was all this fads. And um, my friend tried this and she recommended that. So I think I was just exhausted and tired, and I knew I needed to do something different. And I remember our first conversation, you were mentioning that, people are spending all this money on, fitness, but it's 10% of what you want your body to look like, and then 90% is actual nutrition and how you take care of your body. So that's what made me kind of say, okay, you know what, I need to make an investment into the aspect where I'm lacking the most, and that was nutrition.
Yeah, because I worked as a personal trainer for 8 years, and I used to just train my clients for 1 hour, but they got no support outside of that, and there was no
Mm-hmm.
nutrition support. So it really actually is. I mean, dropping body fat, gaining muscle, it's 90% nutrition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I never really understood that. I guess I never really believed that, but that's because I never tried it. So
Yeah.
for me it was a turning point. But yeah, I mean, definitely my daughter as well. I mean, I needed the energy and the enthusiasm behind being a parent of a toddler, and I just it wasn't there. And
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like I would work 9 to 5, I would go to the gym for an hour, and like there was no energy left in the day, and they don't stop. So for me, that relationship was definitely lacking there. Like that she deserved a better, more energetic mom. So
Yeah, everyone has a why
yeah,
behind why they're doing things and
yeah,
a purpose. I think yours obviously is your daughter.
yeah,
That's why
totally.
if someone wants to change, they have to dig deep and ask themselves, well, why do I want to gain weight or lose weight? Or they have to actually, in order for people to change, they have to dig deep.
It's
Find out.
hard work. All of this is hard work, and it's a lot of dedication, and like you have your shitty days where you don't want to do this anymore and it's kind of exhausting, but if you want results, like the results are there, often harsh but always fair. So
Hmm. Realistically now, I mean, if you want to drop body fat, you're in a very healthy position. You could start dropping body fat on 2,200 calories a day for a
mhm.
deficit compared to, I know some people who have to maybe go 1,200 or less. So
Mhm.
see how healthy your metabolism is now. So
Yeah.
that's what you needed. I have your needs here at the very start. You needed healthy nutrition, and you need something sustainable, and you need to learn. The key word is learn all about macros.
Learn, definitely, and definitely sustainable was I guess my key point to trying this. Like I was so tired of, I just felt a complete failure, all the time. And it was not my fault. It was just like the lack of education behind everything that was representing my metabolism. Like I didn't know my metabolism. So
Yeah, if I
definitely a
told you
learning point.
there 6 months ago that, Kat, you'll be eating 3,000 calories,
I would have never
what would you
believed
say?
you. Like, no.
Yeah.
I would have been like, you're crazy. No, there's no chance. But I mean, with the way we did it was very gradual. So for me, it wasn't like, a shock to my system. It was very, I guess, intelligently done where things were introduced, and when I was lacking calories in a day, you had suggestions, and the suggestions were always like the snacks and the healthy snacks, and that really helped me because before, I guess my habits were really bad where I wouldn't start eating till 1 p.m., something like that, and not because I didn't want to, but maybe because I couldn't, or I just didn't plan ahead.
Hmm.
um, so I think that definitely helped me realize how, how to jumpstart my mornings, and how to strategically plan my meals where I don't have to spend a big chunk of time.
Yeah. So what did we provide for you then? Do you think was it just the knowledge or accountability or
I,
support or
I think support was a big thing. Support, I felt really, um, I guess, like you were checking in on me daily, and I would follow with my workouts, and we kind of discussed what worked, what didn't. So that was a big thing for me. Our weekly calls were really good. I enjoyed those quite a bit, and definitely accountability. I mean, the progress pictures and the measurements, which I've also never done before. So you kind of go by the memory of what you think you looked like, but when you put things in perspective in terms of numbers and visuals, then that's when you can really tell that you are heading in the right direction.
awesome?
Yeah.
I remember was it a teacher or someone said to you, "Oh my gosh, you work out or something?" That stuck.
Yeah. That was awesome. That was it was my daughter's teacher, and she's like, "What do you do? Like you look different than other people." And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. And like,
Yeah.
yeah, and it was, I guess, right in the middle of my journey with you. And that's like, I've never had anybody comment that I didn't know. Like it was
I
just a
notice now in all your pictures you're taking on your Instagram, you're flexing. You have, I don't know whether that's a pose you have anyway. But
oh, I
like,
like that look, so that's what I was going for.
but if any women watching this now, comment below, hashtag live, or any women may be nervous about lifting weights. I mean, unless you're taking anabolic steroids or performance enhancing drugs, girls, you don't have the hormones. So have you any message to them? I know you're going to have any message to women that want to get toned or grow muscle.
Honestly, I had that notion when I started to lift weights, but you actually don't understand how much you don't become muscular. Like, trust me, I tried really hard, and there's not enough. Like you would have to take like testosterone or something to look like you think you're gonna look like. Like there's no chance. Like what weights do is they build a solid foundation, and you have all this, power and strength, and with that you start to lean out, and this is where the actual results happen. So no, like don't be afraid of lifting weights. The heavier, the better. Trust me.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know you want to get back to work in 5 minutes. So have you got any message to anyone that may be nervous about investing in their health? I know, remember our first phone call, we nearly didn't start work. I had to say at the end, I said, Kat, okay, look, it comes down to this. Okay, do you know the vision I painted for you? Do you want to be strong and healthy and learn all about how your metabolism works? Or do you want to go back to going around in circles? What do you want to do? And you nearly didn't sign up. Have you any message to people who are nervous about investing in an online coach?
I think, and I can only speak from my own personal experience, that when I was having that conversation with you, there's always, the self-doubt or I guess like an invisible hammer that's hitting you outside the head thinking, like, you've tried everything, it didn't work, so why would you try this? But I think for me at that moment, my current way of thinking wasn't getting me what I wanted. So I had to change that current way of thinking. And then once I made that switch, saying, yeah, I'm worth it. I'm not doing this for my boyfriend or, my parents or for anybody else. This is you. This is your life. This is your health. And this is an investment in you, nobody else. And then the only way to achieve that goal is through hard work. There's no magic pills. There's no magic answers for anything. This is just your dedication to yourself and how you hold yourself accountable. And you get all this tremendous support. You have a community that you can rely back on, or you can, if you're struggling, you always have people that you can talk to, because we all went through all this. Like, you said you took you 10 years to, build the physique that you wanted, and it was through trial and error and through really hard work. So for me, it came down to just really, what do I want to do with myself and my health and my future, and what is the difference that I want to make in my life? And it was to be healthy and not to have to go to the hospital when you're crash dieting, and to live there and to live there for my daughter, and just basically be the best version of myself that I can be. So, and that's priceless. So
Oh, that's amazing. I love that. No, seriously, I really appreciate that. Hope you're listening, everyone. Comment below, hashtag live if you're watching this live. Comment below, hashtag replay if you're watching on the replay. I know you're going to go back to work, but then again, it's a pleasure working with you, and I hope you continue to build your physique and
yeah. Well, many thanks to you, Dave. I really appreciate you taking your time and, being with me for 14 weeks and doing all the hard work that you do on your end, because I know like it's hard to keep people accountable when there's resistance. So
thanks
a lot.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.